Ah, worked that time. I clicked on the thing and it didn't switch over. But hello, welcome. We're here for another evening and another cringy opening by me. I never seem to get these right. I always fumble some way. But hello, welcome. And I noticed that I have a new follower as well. Thank you for that. Unfortunately, when the thing popped up, there was no audio because I actually have the audio disabled when it's on the holding screen. So sorry for not having that there. There should be too much hassle to go over the page where I can send a test one so you can see what it is. But hello, Flavia Stephen, welcome to the stream. I'm late to the bid party. For anyone else who is new here, mostly playing older games, mostly on emulation because I don't have the kit to be able to do streaming from original hardware, and I actually love emulation. The fact that we can play older games on a PC, just especially considering some of the more recent ones as well. I mean, there's PS3 and Xbox 360 emulation that works. Not perfectly, obviously, but the fact they work at all is amazing. There's even a PS4 one that's come along that, although it's not actually playing games and it's only just getting graphics in a handful, the fact it's booting anything at all already is just amazing. But going through the usual little things, there are links down below if you would like to have a look at those. There's my YouTube where all of my VODs from live streams get uploaded. They're uploaded in a higher resolution than what I stream at currently because I'm not an affiliate on Twitch, which means I don't have the auto rescaling of video. So I can't stream at full HD because some people might not be able to manage the bandwidth for that. So sticking to 720 for now, but full HD for the VODs on there. There's playlists linking together all the runs that I've done before on various other games. There's also my Discord if you would like to come and chat during the week. Everyone's welcome there. And lastly, there is my book as well on Amazon and Kindle if you are of the sort to have a read. And not for young readers though, absolutely not for young readers. I need to put a disclaimer at the beginning of that. Really should. But anyway, yes, last week we had a mystery game stream. Just a moment. Yeah, get the mouse ready. Had a mystery game stream. I didn't announce what game I was going to play because 2 weeks ago I finished a run on Dino Crisis. First time I'd ever played that game. And I can see why people want a remake of it. It deserves it. It's a great concept, and I think it's a game that hasn't aged particularly well, but it's still playable, unlike some games that haven't aged particularly well at all. But yeah, I'd love to see a remake of that and see what Capcom do if they take some leaps from things like Dead Space, like the original Dead Space, not so much the remake. Although maybe I haven't played the remake of Dead Space yet. Yeah, but if they take some leaps from that and apply some of the things that have been learned about doing horror games in that, because I think Dino Crisis would really lend itself well to how Dead Space played, or how Dead Space worked things. So that could be interesting. Although I do want to see a remake of Code Veronica. Yeah, I remember getting that when it first came out and loving it. And I'm planning on doing a run through that as well at some point. But yeah, last week, mystery game stream, so I didn't announce what the game was. And I took the whole week after finishing Dino Crisis to decide. And I just kept going through all the games that I had, all the ones that I want to play. And I couldn't decide. And it got to Friday evening, and it was about 5 to 7. I was literally, was it 5 or 10 to 7, or just before 7 o'clock, before going live. And I literally just thought to myself, you know what? Let's just do Panzer Dragoon Saga. This is a game that I have been lucky enough to have bought back in the day, although not quite when it came out. I got my first copy in 2003, and it cost a lot for the time. And people were amazed that I was willing to pay £35 for a Saturn game. They're thinking, no, how can a Saturn game be worth that much? But it wasn't the fact that I was thinking this game's going to be worth a lot in the future. It was the fact that this was one game I had wanted for a long time. I missed out getting it when it was first released in '98. And yeah, when I saw the store had a copy, it was a case of, I don't care. I don't care the price, I'm buying it. And I'm so glad I did, because this game, so just switch over to the screen. It is one of my all-time favourite games. I do acknowledge that it is an unfinished game. There's a lot of problems with it. I don't praise it as like this, like a spotless masterpiece. It's got problems. There are things I look at and think, if only they'd been able to do it better. and they wanted to. Because this game, I believe, was originally supposed to come out either late 98 or early 99. But the problem with that was Saturn sales were really dropping very, very quickly. And they were worried about how well the game would sell. So they rushed to get it finished. And it came out, I think it was February 98 in Japan. And Sega of America and Sega of Europe pushed to get it released. I can't remember when it came out in America, but I think it came to Europe in November of 98, which is one of the quickest releases from Japanese to Western release ever. There are some games that have taken years, but this one, they pushed it through in 6 months. And it's ended up becoming one of the most sought after games on the Saturn. And there are some people asking over £1,000 for a copy of this now, which is just disgusting. It's a fantastic game. I love it, and I wish people would have a chance to be able to play it, but not at that price. Not at that price at all. And the only other options are illegal. So, yeah. Sega could release, literally just put the game out on Switch with the emulator that was done for the Cotton games. I think I mentioned this last week. But they've shown no sign of doing it. They could make a fair bit of money because a lot of people would want to buy it. And it would destroy the the second-hand market for it as well. People wouldn't be able to charge as much. Hello there, Flavia. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. And I'm not sure if you saw earlier, but I apologise for the lack of sound when you hit the I'll follow button, because when I've got my holding screen on, my audio is disabled on there, so that I can do other stuff without the audio coming through. There's probably a way of getting around that. But anyway, welcome. We are here to continue with some Panzer Dragoon Saga. Now, we left off last week. Where were we? Right, well, we had the whole intro with Edge being separated from the group, seeing all of his people be killed, and meeting up with the Dragon and making his way through the canyons, out into the deserts. Actually, through the canyons, meeting Gash, getting out to the desert. And we stopped partway through in the deserts. I think we're at the Oasis, where we're making our way through. The Garrel Desert, that's what it's called. And we're just following the Black Fleet at present, going after I've forgotten it. Is he General Crayman? I think he is General Crayman. Most of the time we just know him as Crayman. But yeah, because Edge wants his revenge. So, how are you doing, Flavia? Hopefully it's weather's not too bad. It's still annoyingly warm here in the UK. Let's unpause the emulator so we can get some sound. Yes. There's so much about this game I love. It's one of the few games I actually picked up a full album of. That is a bit loud for me. Thank you, Rachel. I'm kind of used to using screen names. I can't guarantee I'll remember it because I'm still getting used to doing all of this. But yes, is this a game you're familiar with, or is it one that you've never seen before? Where did I say? There we are. Yeah, had to put my name in as a beer party. Had to. Yes. There. Here we are. So now we've made our way part way through. So just trying to remember. Yeah. Hopefully, I can provide you with some entertainment to watch and enjoy. I've actually just noticed that through all the times I've played this game, I've noticed those little huts there, but never actually thought to myself whether they'd be interactable or if people actually live there. It certainly makes sense, but it also makes sense to be able to visit them as well. Yeah, playing games, I've been playing games for a very long time, so I'm kind of used to it, but I get why some people prefer to a little bit more, prefer to just watch, but everyone is welcome. Right, so that ruin down there we need to get rid of in order to unlock the underground passage that will take us through to the next area.
他の異物に同調したんだ。どっかであれと同じような形をした異物が作動を始めたはずだ。そいつを探そうぜ。
Okay. Right, so that's activated that. So I think... Ah, yes, that thing over there at the left-hand side of the screen that disappears when it moves around. I think that's what we need to investigate. But let's have a look around the map to see what else we can find. Probably get into a few battles as well. What do we got? Ah, some Striders. Right. Hopefully we can take these out relatively easily. Right. Yeah, combat for this game is still quite an unusual one because you fly around the enemy and the different quadrants around them determines whether you're safe, whether you're in danger, and also where their weak points are. I don't think there are many other games. I can't think of any other game that's done it quite the way this one did. And I still love it to this day. Another one. I think we'll need to turn the light on fairly soon. It's slowly getting darker as we head into the later months. Oh, need to get into the safe area. Right, let's see. Can I get the Queen? These ones, yeah, that's the Queen there, and if I can destroy that, which shouldn't be too difficult, they'll scatter. Yeah, took a little too long for that one to get an excellent rating. Right, so there should be... There's one of these, I think, drops... I kind of play variety. This is the first RPG I think I've gone through outside of Dragon Age, which was the Inquisition Origins I did a while ago. I do like various games because I easily get bored with just playing one thing over and over again. I know some people, they literally adore one specific game and they never play anything else, and that to me just sounds really boring because the variety is great. RPGs is definitely my favourite genre because I love storytelling. I'm not sure if you saw earlier, but I mentioned I've got a book down below on Amazon and Kindle, not for young readers, just as a warning, absolutely not for young readers, but if you are interested, the link is down below. Now, the things I was just interacting with, these are, I'm not actually sure what they are. There's some kind of grass or strand or something, but one of them has dropped a little something that we can see down there. It looks a bit like an apple, but I can pick that up. It's a Kuo pollen, which, where is it? I think, there it is. Red pollen of an insectivore plant. It maintains flying speed, which is, I think... Yes, I can just press a button, and if you look on the the top right-hand corner, there's the little green markers that show my speed. But if I press another button, they turn red, and I don't have to hold on to the button to keep flying. So useful little detail this game had. You might also notice that there's a fourth little notch there as well, and that gets unlocked at a later point as well. I said as well many times, I didn't know. But anyway, that is the thing I need to... I haven't really done anything much with my profile. I probably should as I'm growing. I've had a few people offer to do artwork as well, but I'm not in a position to... The reason of the apple. I'm not sure why they did the apple. Oh, sorry, the apple of the thumbnail. That's a picture I found a long old time ago, and I just thought it was hilarious. I loved it. I should probably get something I've actually paid for as well. But yeah, it's just an image I found hilarious. But yeah, we activate this.
どっかで音がしなかったか。
And I think that should have... Oh, there's a corner of the map I need to unlock back here. There we go. I've had a few people offer to do stuff, but I'm not in a position to really buy anything at the moment. I should probably consider it, but until I'm at a position where, say, I've got affiliate and there's the opportunity for having subscribers, I'm not sure if it's something that I want to get into just yet. But thank you for the offer. I appreciate it. Now, I need to be careful with these things. Yeah, I don't want to snub anyone, but yeah, all got to make our own decisions. And I do respect artists as well. I mean, if I get something done, I'll definitely be paying what the work is worth. I don't like overpaying. I don't like underpaying either, because I've got some friends who do artwork, and I've heard some of the stories about how tricky it can be. So, what's the word? I don't think sympathy is quite the right word, but I can kind of understand things. Right, now these things are a pain. Oh. Ah! Been paralysed, which means I can't move. Okay. That's it, hit me again. Right, so, Berserks. Let's do a Holy Sphere. Now, I can't remember if if the stop effect stays on. No, it doesn't. I need to heal a little, so yeah, that'll do. Let's open up that. Oh god. There we are. Get the weak spot. Lucky enough to kill it in one go. Those things can do a lot of damage. Another item, Berserker Micro, nice. Those are surprisingly hard to come by throughout the game. I think that's the whole map uncovered as well. So let's head back to the middle after the fight. Another Pludger. Use the same tactic. There we go. And yeah. Right. And there, the oasis has drained. So let's do a quick save, just to be safe. Let's head down. Still find it interesting that all the tunnels for everywhere in this game are all like the same shape. Well, probably one of the limitations they had of the time to make the game. Right, I often, when I've played through before, I often don't bother going all the way around the map. So, might be some things I miss. Oh, can I get that little corner? Oh, that's annoying. I'm not sure how easy it is to see on the stream, but there's one little part of the map. As you follow the blue edge round, there's a small part of it that's grey. That shows that it hasn't been uncovered. Now, I'm as high on the map as I can get. Let's see. No, I'm not going to be able to uncover that. So that's a mark against getting 100% map coverage. Ooh. Rider scavengers again. Annoying little bastards. Let's do another holy sphere just to get rid of them. I'd like to think I can get excellent on all enemies. I think I missed my chance on something early on last week. It's one of the challenges I know some people have done with this game to unlock to get a 100% excellent rating on every single enemy. When you consider some enemies you only face once throughout the entire game, getting great fight on one of them is basically a reset, or going back to our previous save. Okay. Yeah, he didn't say that on the last time I faced these. Yeah, the idea is just get behind him and shoot. Right, one has shown me its back. Now the other one... There we go. I don't think I've ever actually seen the attack that those things do, because with Gash's warning, it's incredibly easy to just take them out. I mean, this game is relatively easy. I wouldn't call this game particularly challenging in the slightest. There certainly is the challenge of, as I say, getting 100% excellent on every single enemy. But outside of that, and maybe uncovering everything the game has to offer, there's not really a lot of challenge. Probably because they didn't have time to balance the game properly for a decent challenge. But then, most of the time when I play games, I play them for the story rather than challenge. If I find a game that's fun to play, I will take on the challenge, like Sekiro. Absolutely loved that game. That's one game that I might consider doing some more challenges of in the future. Go, that's unlocked as well. But not just yet. I think there are some more nasty things in this part of the map. Just cycle around to get to the weak point. Yes, and we're heading towards the first major boss of the game. We did have a pretty big boss earlier in the Arachnoth thing. I think that's what it was called. That didn't really resemble a spider at all, weirdly. That was the giant floaty brain thing that was going after Gash when we met him. I'm not going to get excellent on that now. There we are. Because they attacked me. Yeah, still good enough. But yeah, this next fight. Actually, I'll fly across this way because I can show you the ruins. Let's get this item. Just flying around to uncover the map. This is also a game from back in the days where you don't automatically heal unless you actually get a chance to rest at a campsite. I need to move to get away from that one that's... Oh, turn around and show me back. Make it easy for me, why don't you? Another level up. Although I've got a feeling you do heal when you level up. I need to check. No, didn't. Okay, so it's Berserker Micro. Yep, that'll do that. And no, I don't need to heal just yet. Right, a little further. Around here. Right, so this ruin, there should be a cutscene as I get close to it. Well, I have to interact with it, so that's... I still love the sound effect on the ground. It's probably really simple how they did it, but it's incredibly effective for the day primarily. Does he? Yes. So we need to clear the sand. So easily done. Even if you don't know how, you just wander around and see what stuff you can find to interact with. Oh, another black. Which means more level up. Another pludger. Let's go around this way. There's nothing I could do about that. So I won't be getting an excellent, no, because they attacked me. Well, with things I face regularly, there's no need for me to get excellent on every single one of them. Just have to do it once. Oh, another D unit. Let's see. Yep, that thing in the top right is slowly growing. You don't notice it initially, but at some point you do start to recognise that things are being added to that bit in the top right. And there's 12 of them in total. And once you get them all, fun thing happens. But that's not till end game. Okay, so just destroyed that. Oh, just noticed there's some parts of the map that I haven't uncovered. I don't know how loud that was for you, but it was pretty quiet for me. Just a moment. I will finish this combat. There we go. Hello there, Evac Vince. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? That's 2 followers in one stream. That's that's a rarity for me. How are we doing? I'm just working my way through one of my all-time favourite games for the umpteenth time. It's been a couple of years since I've played it. Just unlock these little side bits. That does it. Right. Let's head across the map. And there's another ruin to activate, or I should say destroy, considering how the interaction goes. But before I do that, because I know what happens, I'm just going to unlock this corner of the map. So, yeah, when I say I know what happens, because as I say I've played it many times, it's just I get moved when I activate this thing. So, and it's also a cutscene. Or that checkerboard effect for the transparency. Doesn't look quite so good in pure pixelated. CRT screen would blur that together.
ここの遺跡を越えれば砂漠も終わり。あとは地下をまっすぐ飛ぶだけだ。気楽に行こうぜ。
Just take it easy in there. Yep, and as I say, we got warped to the middle of the area. But I'm not going to go through just yet, because there's a save point further back that I want to use, because we are just about to face... I think this is... yeah, would be the second boss that provides a real challenge in this game. I think I mentioned earlier the other one that provides the first real challenge is the Arachnoth. As I mentioned, is not really very spider-like at all. I can't remember what this one's called. Anyway, we shall find out in a moment. Hello Tom, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yes, it's gotten very muggy this evening once again. I'm sweating like crazy. Yes, did you manage to catch up with the VODs as you said you would? Sorry, that made it sound like you'd made promises and things and obligations. Didn't mean that. Yes, we've been making our way through the desert, and we are just about to face a boss that, for me, is going to be a walk in the park. Because I know what I need to do to fight it, and I'm just thinking... oh yeah, this is in here. Right, I do not have the I don't have the shields. Where are they? I don't have any shields at all. Ooh. That could be a problem. Right, this might not be as much of a walk in the park as I thought. Well, before I go any further, let's just make sure I'm healed up. Because this thing is, yeah. And the way this gets introduced gives you an idea of what kind of boss fight this is.
すごい。地下にこんな空洞があるなんて。なんだ、この青いやつは。
廃種？おかしいな。この規模の遺跡ならもっとまともなやつがいるはずだ。まあいい。さっさと片付けて先を急ごうぜ。
Just kill it so we can go. A Gigrolith, yes. So yeah. There we go. Yes, he spoke about nastier monsters. But now it's not the immediate target, so... Right. Passing through itself. Metabolize, in other words, munch. So this thing, I've got to hit it in the nose. And I believe it's got resistance to the dragon's lasers, so I need to be careful. And it's very manoeuvrable as well. I only want to go in front of it if I've got 3 gauges, which it does for me. Right, I think I might be able to do it in 1. Let's see. Not quite. Oh crap, I've got nothing to defend myself against with this. So I'm going to have to do a bit of healing. Not just yet, there's only 100. Right. I'm going to let you manoeuvre. Oh, okay, you've gone to your defensive form. Right. Okay, this requires a bit of... a bit of care, because what happens is, if I get in front of it, it covers its face. So what I need to do... Oh, now that didn't do a lot of damage. What I need to do is go one side to paralyse the arm. Oh, it's let out those things. Paralyse the other arm. Oh, and that did enough damage to kill that. Oh. That health bar. Okay. Right, so back to the same tactic again, but this time it's bigger and rather a lot nastier. Right, now this time I want you to fly. That's it. Let me get in front. Right, not much left on its health bar. Well, compared to... right, you can have that for doing that. I'm surprised it's not shooting me from the side. Because it manoeuvres around me, and especially even when I manoeuvre around. Let's get in front of it. Now, will this be enough to kill it? I have a feeling not. Or maybe. Nope. Not quite. Ooh. Now this should kill it. Okay, so it didn't do all of the really nasty attacks that I'm used to it doing. I think I've figured out how to avoid them. Yes, we can get out of here. But not before something happens. So get the excellent, and then this. Yes, the dragon has evolved. I've now got access to a load more abilities. Yeah, this cutscene didn't quite work properly in the PAL version. Unfortunately. It's one of the reasons I'm using the US version. There's quite a few of those spears. A dragon that can change its own shape. I'm so used to the broken PAL version of this cutscene because I haven't played the American version as much. That's a very long nose. And I don't think that's an ability I actually have access to yet. And maybe now it's dead for good. He's hiding things. Gush is hiding stuff. Then again, that was obvious from the beginning. Yes. Hey.
じゃあここからは一人で行く。おかげでなんとか生き延びられそうだ。シーカーってのは冷たいやつが多くてな。約束の時間までに着かなかったやつは死んだことにされちまうのさ。ああ、そうだ。そいつを持って東に飛びな。そこにキャラバンがいるはずだ。それを見せれば力になってくる。まあドラゴンを隠していったらの話だ。
Yeah, because dragons are ill omen to a lot of people.
面白かったぜ。またお互い生きていたらどっかで会おう。
Yeah, Gush is a good guy, but he does have secrets. Right, just to make my wife happy. Pet the dragon. Yeah, there's reason to do that as well. Actually, let's back up and save here. Actually, one thing to note, the laser rank down the bottom left hand corner of the screen has gone up by 1. Now what that does is I can now destroy items that have the 1 chevron marker on them. Earlier on last week there were ones that had 6, and that's like end game level. But it also means in combat I've got 1 extra laser that can fire. So not only are the dragon's lasers individually becoming more powerful, he's being able to fire more of them. Now, one thing I can show you is on here, it's actually unlocked the dragon morphing ability, so I can move it around to change the dragon's shape. So you can go fully defensive, you can go fully agile, fully spiritual, which means berserks, and also fully attack, which is basically the normal attack power. Hello there, Proserpina. Yes, I pet the dragon just to make you happy. Yeah, one of the great things is you can merge it as well. So if you want a proper tank, slow moving but heavy power, you can go full defensive and power there. You can go fast moving with high attack. You can go fast moving with spiritual, and defensive with spiritual as well. The thing that I found though is you're actually infinitely better off just sticking in the middle. Just keep all of them as the same, because what happens is the game's got an internal counter for the XP on all 4 of those ratings, and the more rating you've got in one, the more XP it adds on, and that unlocks certain abilities. So if you want to unlock all abilities, you need to either spend lots of time in all of them or just go in the middle, and that's kind of how I've always played. Just stick to the middle. The theory is during combat you can swap mode so that you can get more powerful things. Things like if you know there's a heavy attack coming, you can switch to defensive mode and then take the hit. And if you're getting ready to move in for the weak point, you can switch to the attack mode as well. But I've always found that a little bit too tactical for me, so I just literally stick in the middle, and that's worked quite well. If they'd balanced the game better so that there was a real challenge to combat, then that may have been something more viable. But yeah, and the fact they created a different design of dragon for all of the things as well, and you can morph between them by the percentages, I mean, that was an amazing feature. Especially with the limitations of the Saturn. But yeah, we're not far off leveling up again. So I just saved. Now, let's leave the camp. And I think I've got the previous places that we had available as before. Now let's actually see. The last time I looked at the route that Kramer's fleet had taken, it was coming up to around about where we are now. So can I see? Oh no, it's going over that way, much further north. So yeah, we now need to find out if there's any information of where Kramer went, and to do that, we can go to this little caravan. Now I think I'm going to be arriving in the afternoon or evening. Oh no, it's I think the afternoon here. So yeah, this is a little camp or caravan. Looks very similar to the one that we saw in the oasis in the desert. So yeah, one of the few areas that we can run around on foot. So let's have a cheerful kid. Let's see if we can chat with him. Oh, still too far away. We've got to stand right on top of him. Ooh.
いや、そういうわけじゃないけど。
なんだ、つまんねえの。まあいいや。俺、遠隔ってんだ。よろしくな、ハンターの兄ちゃん。
When I first played this game, I didn't know any Japanese at all, but now that I do know some, the amount that I can pick up is quite interesting. It's like the way the kid introduced himself. He said "Ora enkaku," "Ora" being quite an incredibly informal. Normally, you'd go say "watashi," but yes, let's go into the tents to see what we can find.
代金を払いに来たのかい？帝国の金なんかこっちからお断りだよ。
Oh, he's cheerful.
もうろくなものは残ってないよ。
Ah, right. Delightful guy. Another thing I've just remembered. Is it on here? Yeah, that marking on there. I believe that's about the only instance of any of the what people believe to be the writing that was created for the Panzerese language. From what I hear, it was a fully working language that was, in theory, usable. I mean, they did throughout Panzer Dragoon 1 and Zwei. It's a shame they weren't able to do it for this game, because I think it would have been fantastic to have a spoken false language that actually worked in a game for once, rather than the gibberish that usually happens. Go in here and see what we find. Ah, cutscene.
あんたもさっきの奴らの仲間か。そのペンダントはなんだガッシュの仲間か。わしはまたさっきの奴らかと。なら話は別だ。とりあえず座ってくれ。
Yeah, that's definitely mocap.
クレイメンか。ガッシュのやつ、たまに誰かよこしたと思えば、いつも面倒を持ち込みやる。
He has a reputation.
クレイメンかどうかは知らんが、それらしいのなら3日ほど前に来た。
本当に？
薬や武器を強奪して生きよった。皆が殺気立っておるのはそのせいだ。奴らなら北へ禁止区域へ向かっていったよ。
Sounds nice.
禁止区域。
この北に重力の嵐が吹き荒れてる地域がある。9世紀の遺跡があるらしいんだが、自由に飛行することが難しくて、帝国軍も近づけない。噂じゃ見たことのない高生生物も出るらしいんで、 禁止区域と呼ばれておる。
Delightful place.
まあ、放っておいたって奴らも構成生物どもにやられるってことだ。
それでも僕は行きます。クレイメンにせめて一撃でも加えたい。
わしらにも事情がある。あんたをそこへ連れて行くことはできんが、
That's fair.
まあ、できる限りのことはしよう。バイカにとっておきの武器を売るように言っておく。奴なら旧世紀のことも多少は知ってる。見た目はともかく中身は頼りになるやつだからな。
Aren't they all?
ありがとう。
礼はいい。ただ、もし生きて帰ってこられたら、禁止区域で拾ったものをわしらに売ってくれんか。武器や薬が足りんのだ。
Japanese influence there. Right, so now it's night time. Considering how difficult it was to get like decent nighttime colours on the older systems, this is still quite impressive. I mean, the fire effect I still think is fantastic. It's just one semi-transparent thing, and one thing that you can see just about is part of the scenery behind it actually does kind of blend through slightly, whereas while it's drawn on top of the ground, it's not drawn on top of it's drawn semi on top of the scenery. That's kind of a limitation of how the Saturn layered its graphics together. But yeah, let's see if we can have another chat with him.
申し遅れたが、わしの名はアンユだ。
Anyu.
ここには気軽に立ち寄ってくれ。ただし、面倒は持ち込まんでくれよ。わしらもあんたの事情には口を挟まん。
Right. Let's see if we can get anything. Let's have a chat first.
あんた、旅の人だ。俺の名はバイカだ。よろしくな。何かいい品物があったら見せてくれ。高く買い取る。
Hey, he's a bit more friendly this time.
ああ、あんたが。
Right, let's see about selling stuff. I'm currently using them all, unless I can get something better. Let's see. I can only sell 9 at a time, which is slightly annoying. Just sell a lot of things. Coolier's done. That's worth quite a bit, so I've got a funny feeling that might be something useful. Or it might be something I always hang on to before and it caused something to happen, because if I remember correctly, in Panzer Dragoon Y, the dragon that Lundy gets, who you play through as the game, the dragon is actually a mutant Coolier, which is one of their pack animals, kind of like two-legged creatures, which are kind of like almost like a cross between a cow and a horse. And there's a lot of superstition about mutants, but Lundy couldn't bear to kill this little one because it had a pair of wings, and it ended up growing into the dragon, and it was born from a Coolier. So I'm going to hang on to that. Get rid of the Gara, telepathy shard. I'm going to hang on to one of those because I can't remember if that's useful. I was use it with knowledge of enemy's condition. I think just having it means I can see things about the enemy. So no, he has a mauler. Right. think I'm going to get a few of those because we're going to need them. I think I'm okay for healing.
何かあったらまた寄ってくれよ。
Right. Okay, so I mean there is more I can do here, but it is night time. You can go talk to the. Actually, I think I will. Gonna wait until morning. The can tell that this is morning because the colours are slightly dimmer than they were when we first arrived. So it was afternoon when we first got here. So through here, I believe, is where the ladies of the caravan are. I think if you try going in there at night, they're not too happy. But yeah, we can talk to these ones.
すいません、仕事があるので。
Okay.
バイカの家内のコウです。よろしくね。
Can we get any more out of her?
人見知りが激しい子でね。私も困ってるんだよ。
Extra bedding stored. These games usually have some sort of looting. I don't think I want to loot these guys. I seem to recall there was more of a conversation in here, but I may have maybe misremembering. But, let's head. Let's leave the caravan because we can now head to the Forbidden Zone, as it's called. There's a really strange renaming of this area later on in the game, which I don't quite get. It may have been one of those things that they just reused the location because of lack of time to do something better. Hmm.
侵入者の存在を確認。警戒レベルを1に移行します。移行確認。上空への転送装置を封印します。
Ah yes, explanation of the new abilities in game, which I'm not going to worry about because it'll take too long to go through them. But yeah, this is the Forbidden Zone. I've got no map for it at the moment, but I still love the water effect in this game. It's a really simple effect, but it's very effective. Now, actually, see if I can get a bit closer. That breakable item, that has a little red notch at the bottom there. This is the first area where we found them because all the ones we've seen so far didn't have any. That denotes how many lasers are needed to destroy it, and it does go right the way up to the required 6, which is the maximum laser level the game has. Some more Stellarium. Now, if I take notes, yep. One of those things that flew out from the centre was over here. I love how they managed to get some things under the transparent layer and some things above. The limitations of the Saturn were quite annoying for a lot of developers. I'd love to learn more about development, but there's so little information out there outside of things like technical documents. I'd love to talk to people who actually worked on it. Now that's a save point I think I'll just quickly use. And I actually think at this stage, no, I won't have my break just yet because it's a little early. But I don't want to get through this whole area before my break. So let's do a little bit of exploring. Uncovered a few areas of the map. Now let's see how far south we can go. Continue. Right. I'm on the edge of the map. So let's have a look around. I spent so much time in this area back in the day because this area is the last area you do in Disc 1 and Disc 2 follows. And the demo version of the game literally was just Disc 1, so getting to this point was like end game for that. So now these things don't do a massive amount of damage. Right, I need to find the leader. When was it? I think it was that one. Yes. One left to go. Yeah, so they had, as it said, an intruder or an evasion system. Straight level up. Basically, if you try and shoot them with lasers, they dodge basically. There's one other enemy type, which is the skimmer, I think they're known as. Let's activate that one. Thankfully, we only get the cutscene for the thing going into the centre once. I think that's the edge of the map. Okay, that uncovers this little corner. Yep, that's another one. Right, heading towards the edge of the map there. One thing I've never quite understood is the colours of the radar on the top right. Here's the skimmers. Oh, need to stay behind these ones. Right. That one, I think, is the similarly the leader. I think I took. Oh, I was about to say I thought I took too long on that, but and they're kicking out a lot of XP. How close to leveling up am I? Okay, I leveled up one fight and I'm over halfway to the next level. Near enough to get the thing. Yeah, the radar in the top right has colours to it. I've never been able to figure out what they mean. I think some people have tried, but it's never quite made sense. Red is supposed to indicate that there's an imminent battle nearby, but that's never married up for me. Right, let's move to this corner so I can another fight. I don't think I'll level up with this one, but I will probably level up with the fight after this. I'm not sure, but I think one gauge or two gauges are enough. Get rid of the leader. Oh. Yeah. Oh, the leader was. Let's see, can I? Yes, I can. Right, that's not going to be quite as good racing. Oh, still a great fight. Right, so how close to leveling up am I now? Virtually there. Alright, so the next fight will be another one of those chevrons. So the next fight will be a level up. Yeah, it's another fight. The Lazaras. Okay. So it's the one directly opposite with the really long nose. Far left. That's the one I want to take out. Okay. And then... yeah, do not want to get in front of them. Do not want to get in front of them. They will do so much damage. Licuan eyes. Ooh. Yeah, the items random items you can pick up in this are... it's almost like a... what would it be called? Like an apothecary's collection. I think what I'll do is I'll uncover the map. Doing all the chevrons for dealing with the... right, I'm going to need to use the lasers on these things. Let's get 3 gauges, just be safe. Now, one thing I can't do in combat is move directly opposite. I've got to go round. Good thing I've got the 3 gauges. Yeah, so I'm just going to uncover the map, activate all the chevrons, which will actually activate the thing in the middle. And that will be when I shall take my break, I think. That'll be a good point to stop at. Because what happens after is quite important. It's also quite a lengthy section as well, so I wouldn't want to get too far into that, so I'll probably go way past the point where I have my break. Yeah, when I was just level grinding this back in the day with the demo version, I found a route through this area that maximised the number of random battles I had, because I was able to predict it because I've done it so many times. Ooh, I think I'm going to get shot at when I go round to one side of them. Oh, I've forgotten they have a weak point at the front as well. Yeah. So when we started the game, we only had 4 lasers. Now we're firing 5. By the end of the game, I think we're firing 10. Another level up. And this is one of the reasons why I stick to the middle. Because I unlock all 4 of those berserks at the same time. Laser Storm, Cleansing Wave, Vengeance Orbs, Escape. Oh yeah, those ones. I think those are only usable when you're in the different modes. And it says that they don't use any BP, but they use all 3 gauges. And you've got to be in the particular mode for them to work. So I do kind of have a shield in Vengeance Orbs. They will stick around you for a short while, and if you take damage, they will then retaliate. But it's not something you can control. They don't do a lot of damage. I think you've actually got to be in attack mode for them to do lots of damage, which is a bit weird considering it's a defensive type. Cleansing Wave is... it's been a while since I've used that one. More power from the Holy Sphere. And then Laser Storm. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these I've never really used much because the normal lasers always seemed good enough. So let's go a little bit further. Unlock some more. Let's activate that. Now I should hopefully find the map of the area soon. This isn't quite the far north of the map. Not yet, anyway. Add more of these things. Right. You can all stop that. Build up 2 gauges and deal with them. Unless I've missed the map item. Shouldn't have done. Yeah, fights are a little bit more frequent in this area, but this is one of those games I don't mind it. I think I mentioned before, because the combat is actually really good. Yeah, they always beat me to the punch on that. But I can deal with that one nice and easily. And once you know the patterns for how to take out enemies, it's just a case of considering what to do depending on where you start. Sometimes you're in a good place, sometimes you're not. Right. I think there's one more of the chevrons. Where is it? Oh, there's the map. That just shows me the last bits of what I need to uncover. A little bit further to go around this little island. Now I'm not going to activate the last chevron, which is just coming up there, I think. Yeah, I'll activate that when I come back from this direction, because I can't remember if there's anything more. No, I don't think there is. Just unlock the map. There we go, that's the whole map for this area unlocked. Let's head back and activate this. Yeah, there's the last one. I found it is actually possible to get the dragon stuck on it. That way it floats in, and when you actually get in there, it means you're actually spinning around on that turntable as it goes. It's gone quite dark, hasn't it? I'll turn the lights on when I go for my break, which will be just a minute or two. Right, the leader of these ones is out this time. Means they all come up and blast them. And another level up. I think I was at like level 9 when we started this evening. So yeah, you can level up really quickly in this game. Yep, and there's that thing over there. Activating that will activate the end of Disc 1, which is not a short section, but it's very important story-wise. So, I don't want to rush into it just yet, so I'm going to quickly save. And just turn around. And going to pause the game there, because it's nearing 8:30, so it's about time for me to have a break. For anyone watching the VOD on YouTube, that will be the end of the first half. The second half will probably be up by the time you're watching this, because I do them 2 days apart. The unlikely event of somebody watching them in that short period of time at this point in my career is quite small, but you never know. There are links below for everyone to look at. There's my YouTube, where all the VODs are going to be uploaded, playlists on there. I need to link this one, so I've just created the new one for Panzer Dragoon. There's a link to my Discord if you would like to join me there, and also a link to my book on Amazon and Kindle if you are of the sort to want to make any kind of purchase. But for everyone who is here live on Twitch right now, I'm just going to go away for a quick break. I'll be back in about 10 minutes, so don't go anywhere.